Hello, hello, hello. Cup's over there. You'll just have to use your imagination. That was a bit stuttery again, wasn't it? I'm gonna have to have an investigation. It's coffee time, and it's 1st of August. What's the news? Well, the news is we won the cup, didn't we? We won the Women's Euro 2022 Championship. They're saying between 17 and 17 and 23 million fans tuned in to the Lionesses' victory over the Germans. 2-1. Beat the Germans. Again. It's the natural order of things, isn't it? Us beating the Germans. It's just the way things should need to be. Of course, the highlight was the magnificent Chloe Kelly getting the ball in and whipping off her top, and in celebration, which again, when the ladies do that, it just, I don't know, it raises feelings in me I don't get when men remove their tops. But no, I think it's great. I think again, women's football is a lot more interesting than men's football, a lot more passing, a lot more tactical. Whereas again, a bit like men's tennis, it's all, men's football is all about lobbing the ball, and it's a different pace, different pacing. But it's the enthusiasm and the ebullience of the women's team when they won, and again, just the being at the Euro 2022 Championship is infectious, and it's because money hasn't got involved. They're not on the same wages as the men. They've not got all the sponsorship deals that the men have, and so what you're seeing is the players react a similar way to men used to react in football before the money men turned up, before Sky Sports turned up, and when it was still an amateur game, and people were just happy to be there and happy to win. Now you just don't get that with the mouse side of things. It's a lot more cynical. It's a lot more corporate. This was a pure reaction, and it was brilliant. Of course, brilliant because we won, and it was nail biting. Went to extra time, but we won. And there's a big thing going on in Trafalgar Square today where they're having their victory celebration. Thousands of people have turned out. They've got some pictures of that, which is nice. Here we go. This is in Trafalgar Square today. Everybody's turning up, and right under the shadow of Nelson's column. They're going to be there. I don't know if they've turned up yet. I think everyone's just waiting for them. So yeah, that's really, really cool. I haven't actually checked the rest of the news today. At the weekend, Boris Johnson, our fluffy-haired leader, who's not our leader anymore, but really he is, isn't he? Again, we got that victory under Boris. What we needed at the end was Boris to come running on after the Lionesses with his top off, with a George flag painted on his chest. That's what we needed. That would have made us proud, but we didn't. He was busy with Carrie having a wedding celebration because they got married under COVID restrictions. Now he decided to, have a big celebration. He used his speech there to have a go at those who ousted him. He said it was the biggest stitch up since the Bayer Tapestry. Good to see he's still got his sense of humour, and this is what we need. But yeah, it's good. We have a zombie government now, thanks to all of this, because we have this big cost of living crisis going on, and nothing's happening. And of course, Labour Party want to push for an election, and then that will delay things. And meanwhile, we have the shadow, of winter looming, and millions and millions of people not being able to afford to, keep their homes warm and feed themselves, and it's through no fault of their own. Meanwhile, trans news. Oh, great. Trans criminals could be put in single-sex units based on their acquired gender. Yeah, that sounds about right. again, this is after last week the Tavistock Centre, which was a very notorious gender reassignment clinic, which many have warned about their practices for years, but were shouted down and accused of being bigots. But now they were ruled as unsafe. We have a lot of this trans ideology, coursing through our media at the moment. But campaigners have said that parts of the Youth Custody Service draft on transgender guidance documents are troubling and risky due to concerns over male-born 10 to 18-year-olds being housed with girls. No shit, Sherlock. And this is the problem, because these aren't transsexuals as we used to know them, i.e. people that have actually had surgery. If you're transgender, it means you just slipped on an item of clothing and deemed yourself to be whatever sex or gender you call yourself. Remember, sex is binary and biological, and gender is a construction that we created as a species, and it's not real, and it should be largely ignored. I remember the good old days of the gender benders. Remember the 80s and the gender bending? And of course in the 70s they did it too, but they never went around calling themselves women. They just played with the whole idea. But yeah, Heather Binning of the Women's Right Network told the Times that the wider implications of the report are troubling. Policies for girls are being changed with no regard for the material reality of their sex and the need for safety, privacy and dignity when they're going through puberty. Exactly. And you're going to see more pushback against this, because it is wrong, and that's without men being, forcing themselves into women's sports, women's refuges, women's rape crisis centres. How we got here is frankly bizarre, but there you go. Frankly bizarre. Rishi Sunak wants to fine patients £10 who miss NHS appointments. Again, part of me thinks it's a good idea, part of me thinks it's a bad idea, because many of those who miss their appointments are usually elderly. A lot of people having appointments with doctors and hospitals are usually elderly or infirm, and sometimes if you're infirm you can't always warn, because it happens. I mean, recently I had a doctor's appointment about my diabetes and I had to miss it because I twisted my ankle. I couldn't walk, but I emailed them ahead of time and said I can't come in tomorrow, can we reschedule? That's alright, because I was compos mentis, but again, that's without people with mental health issues. Crikey. It's a complicated matter. It is a complicated matter. And then we slowly turn the NHS into a private concern when money gets introduced and fines get introduced. I prefer the idea of a priority list. Let's flip it on its head. If you want to actually see a doctor, you pay £10 to see them, and we privatise the NHS that way. You see, once you introduce money into the equation, there's no good or way about it. Maybe these people who constantly miss appointments could be put onto a B list. Maybe there's an A list and a B list, and those who miss their appointments get put onto a B list, and then their treatment is delayed. But again, that's not fair. There's a Hippocratic oath. People do these jobs to help people. Sometimes, we can't always, get in. So theoretically, I agree, but on a moral basis, it's not a good idea, is it? It's not a good idea at all. I'm trying to find. There was a story that was going on about old Putin today. I can't find the. I might have to search for it, because dear old Vlad. You know Vlad. He was I can't. Here we go. I can't find the footage anyway. Here we go. This is it. I found it. This is footage of Putin. He was attending Russia's Navy Day, and he said that America is his country's biggest threat. No, you're your country's biggest threat. But he was at this thing, and he was apparently buzzed by mosquitoes, but he couldn't use his right arm, and he was constantly using his left arm, as you do, to and they also reckon that when he walked on, he had a pronounced limp. So maybe he's not well. Maybe he's forgotten how to use his arm. Who knows? Who knows what's going on? Nobody knows. Oh dear. Good news, everybody. The average property now costs nearly 9 times the typical salary. A report by the ONS, that's the Office of National Statistics. Yes, the average home sold in England for the cost 8.7 times the average annual disposable household income. Hey. That's good, isn't it? Hey. Hooray. We'll all be poor together. Again, there's a lot of football. A lot of football. A lot of football news. Let's have some footage of the Lionesses dancing into a press conference. See, this is what you want. It's just the sheer joy and the brilliance, and they danced in and they danced out again. And you've got to love them. You really have. You've got to love them. Meanwhile, apparently, this is a meme. Gareth Southgate has revealed his New England starting lineup. There you go. I think we might be able to get away with it. Yeah? What do you reckon? What do you reckon? Get women into men's sports, but look, see, Kelly's moustache has fallen off. I love that meme. I'm so good. I stole it. What do you reckon? Yeah? What do you reckon? Meanwhile, in Australia, this is Mick Miner. He has a farm in the snowy mountains in New South Wales, and he was quite alarmed. Why? Because doing his patrols, he found a massive great piece of space junk. Yeah, here it is. And they reckon it's come from Elon Musk's SpaceX project. They reckon he got an Australian space expert, Brad Tucker, to investigate, and they reckon it was a part of a capsule from the SpaceX Crew 1 spacecraft. And the piece of junk had been floating in space since November 2020. So, yeah. What a shocker, eh? I wonder if it's worth any money. I wonder if he can sell it back to Elon Musk for scrap. Yeah. Oh God, this is medical news. This is amazing. This is the story of Bernardo and Arthur Lima in Brazil. The 3-year-old twins were born fused, conjoined at the head, like this. What a terrible way to be. But after a 27-hour surgery, which was described as space age, they managed to separate the 2 young lads. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing what medical science can do, but there they are. Hopefully they're going to make a full recovery. But yeah, it's a high risk surgery, but they used VR, apparently VR to plot the separation. And surgeons from London and Rio spent months trialling techniques using the VR projection technique. They used MRI scans and CT scans to get like a 3D model of their heads and their brains, and so they could work around them. And under the direction of Great Ormond Street Hospital paediatrician surgeon Aussie Jelani, they looks like they've pulled it off. It's just amazing. And Dr. Jelani said it's just wonderful. It's really great to see anatomy and do the surgery before you can actually put the children at any risk. So do it again. It's just, this is what's wonderful about humanity and about our intelligence. It's when we come up with stuff like this and we use computers and VR to just do amazing stuff. It's just amazing. Meanwhile, let's go stupid, shall we? Oh, who wants an ice cream? Oh yeah, ice cream. Because it's summer. It's been hot. But what's your favourite ice cream flavour? Well, there's a shop in London called the Ice Cream Project, and they've been coming up with alternative flavours like soy sauce and Lionesses Worcestershire sauce flavour. Oh, nah, I'm good. But yeah, they've even done Heinz tomato ketchup flavour. I'm feeling a bit bilious just thinking about it. You know, there's PG tips as well. It's just, oh dear. Mint choc chip. Everyone knows that. Mint choc chip. So this is the story. Let's go on holiday. This is a furious couple, Dawn Brett and husband David, especially at £5,000 on a 2-week holiday booked with TUI at the Rue Palace Antilles Hotel on the island of Aruba. Oh, in the Caribbean, isn't it? Oh, this is a luxury hotel. And let's pull up the picture. And this is it. Oh, look at that. Look at the swimming pool. It's got everything. You know, it's got a pool and everything. Wow. Can we see the pool a bit better? Wait a minute, let me just angle it, because you've got... Let's see. Do you see that? Wow. So they turn up, they rock up, and what does it look like? It looks like this. Of course, the couple are a little bit put out because they spent a lot of money. So yeah, Dawn Brett and her husband David are very annoyed. Here they are here, and if they want their money back. Now I'm sure TUI hasn't got a leg to stand on, have they? Or the Hotel Palace Antilles or whatever it's called that they got. But no, TUI claimed they sent a letter to the guests explaining that building work was ongoing, and they said it was sporadic. It's like, yeah, not quite. It's like, it's not good. Who wants to buy Princess Diana's car? Her old Ford Escort's up for sale. Here it is. It's up for auction. There you go. Don't worry, it's not the one. It's not that one. Imagine putting that up for auction. But yeah, it's the one she used to drive in. Yeah, back in the day, she was driven from the Princess between 1985 and 1988. It's the Ford Escort RS. During the early years of her son William and Harry's childhood. So maybe, yeah, even William and Harry had been in the car. Here we go. There is a young Prince William in the car too. So wow, again, a little bit of royal history there. I reckon it's going to fetch £100,000. It's not bad, is it? It's not bad. I see Hitler's watch sold the other day. I think that went for £100,000 too. And I suppose we could do some animal news. I don't know, let's have a look. Or should we leave that? No, we've got some football news. We have some sports news. Now we've talked about how wonderful the Lionesses have done, but this is in Argentinian football match. Again, it's ladies football. Oh no, it's a female referee and a male footballer. I've got it wrong. It's just because there are a couple of female refs on. I'm just looking at this makes it even worse. Christian Tyrone was filmed running toward Dalma Coutadi and punching her. Whammo! There he is, and he's a big bloke. Look at him. But hey, look, bang! Because she red carded him. I can't think why. But that's not nice, is it? That's not nice. Shocking. And Waitrose is the next supermarket to dump best before dates on fresh fruit and veg. Because again, there's so much food wastage. They've done it. Marks and Spencer's has already done it, and I think some other supermarkets and Morrison's have moved towards removing these because so much food gets wasted. again, if it starts to crawl out the fridge, that's when you know. That's when you know. You know, or it's liquefied. That's when you know it's no good anymore. You know. Yeah. Yeah. And they're trying to ban single-use barbecues. I heard a fire chief met in London. I don't think we have the Met Fire Service, but there should be. But he was saying about single-use barbecues, and a nature charity has joined him. The Keep Britain Tidy charity wants a national ban on single-use barbecues, and so has the Woodland Trust's. London Fire Brigade is already back to ban because of the dry weather we're having in the UK. They reckon that a lot of the fires, the grass fires, have been caused by these single-use barbecues. And here is a picture of one, just in case. They cost about £2. You can buy them everywhere, and they're awful smelly things. And again, I'm of the mind that there are only 2 people in the world who are allowed to barbecue. It's Australians and American rednecks. The rest of us should just cook our sausages under the grill or in a frying pan. There's nothing worse than, well, no, there are 2 things worse. No, there's many things, but on a summer's day, nothing. You know it's going to happen. It's a lovely summer's day. This is what I miss about having a garden. Well, we have a garden. It's just it's not. It's over there somewhere. It's over there. It's complicated. But you sit in your garden, you go, oh, this is a lovely day, and suddenly you'd smell the waft of someone barbecuing or having a fire, because that's what you want to do. That's what you want on a nice summer's day. All of them taken out and horsewhipped, because you know these people park on the pavements as well, probably cycle on the pavements. Meanwhile, have you been using banana boat spray sunscreen? Here you go, I'll put a picture of it just in case. There you go. It's lightweight and non-greasy, but apparently, shocker, it's been recalled because its hair and scalp sunscreen spray, SPF, may contain trace levels of benzene, which causes cancer. Yay! So there you go. So don't use any of that. Not good. Good news, everyone. The state of Massachusetts has finally axed the last remaining Salem witch trial conviction from 1692. The woman, Elizabeth Johnson Jr., she was 22. She was nearly put to death after being accused of practicing witchcraft, but they reckon that she was actually mentally ill. And yeah, it's only taken them 329 years to exonerate her. Meanwhile, there were big floods in Kentucky, which is terrible. But you see, this is some good news. This is Missy Crevetti from Green Oaks, Illinois. Her grandmother, May Ambergy, Uncle Larry and brother Gregory were at home in Whitesburg, Kentucky as it flooded. And but yeah, a plucky hero jumped in and saved her. Again, the footage isn't too good. It's a bit grainy, but yeah, it's been an absolute disaster for the people of Kentucky. 28 people have died. Are there any aerial pictures? Oh yeah. Again, yeah, it's extreme weather that we've come to expect now, and they reckon that the death toll is going to be even higher. So it's a real shame. Who wants some more women's sports news? This is Juliana Pena. She was defeated in a UFC match against Amanda Nunes, and yeah, it was a. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but a big chunk of her forehead was missing. There you go. Look at that. Oh, it's a bit gory, isn't it? Oh, but there you go. But yeah, she's been treated for losing part of her forehead. Oh dear, that was grim. So we can end on animal news now because we're getting towards the half an hour mark. This is the story of Gillian Taylor. She was in a back garden in Brinklow, Warwickshire, and she was absolutely shocked. She was just, you know, hanging around, and she saw a snake. And what was the snake doing? The snake was devouring a frog. Wow, look, can you see that? And she documented the entire process. And this snake was like, I feel sorry for the frog, for him. It's like, what's going on? I only went out for a quick hop, and yeah, he was devoured entirely, piece by piece. And this is probably the best picture of the lot, because it looks like the snake has developed a frog. It's just, or the frog is wearing a snake hat, you know. It's like, but the look on his face, it's like it's Monday morning, isn't it? It's a Monday morning. That's how we all feel on a Monday morning, isn't it? But yeah, that was Gillian Taylor, and a picture of Gillian here in her garden, who captured this astounding footage. So there we go. That was our animal story to end on. Let's see if there's anybody in the chat. I do not know. Is there anybody in there? Oh, where are we? Bear with me, loves. Bear with me. I'll be here in a minute. No, there's no one in. No one in. But we did have 6 likes, and we've got viewers. So there's people have been watching, but no comments. So there we go. That's a shocker. Anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Coffee Time. Imagine the mug. It's over there. I could look just to prove there is a mug. I'm just. Here we go. There you go. Coffee Time. Killing the channel one video at a time. And we'll do this all again soon. Hope you enjoyed that one, Mrs. Did you enjoy it? It was good, wasn't it? Yeah, good. Thanks for watching. That was the news. You better drink it up. Oh, yeah.